appreciate this bit of humor. So we drive old, paid-for cars. It just took me 5 minutes to figure out how to start this car. Now, I've heard of the key fob thing where you like have this and then you push a button. But I couldn't find the button. That's because it's down here. I thought it'd be up on the dash. Okay. All right, onward to my destination. I'm so excited. Okay, I've actually been here a couple of days. Haven't filmed, so do you know yet where I am? You probably do, but we'll see if you know. I'm gonna interrupt your wonderful.
So good.
Jess and Bree together in the same video.
Yes. While Sweet Maya cooks us breakfast.
We're just chilling.
Yes.
It's like noon. We're in our pajamas eating breakfast on a Sunday, talking about God all morning.
Yeah. Having some church.
Yeah, having some church.
Over coffee. So good.
We're going out for sort of a tour. She gave me a tour the other day, but
it started raining on us.
Yeah, so I haven't actually seen most of her goats. And of course, you know, if I come to Jess's, what I'm gonna want to look at are the goats and the alpacas. I haven't seen them yet.
So these are my new girls, and Thorin, my boy. The black one is Marmy. That's Beatrice, and that's Adele.
This is Thorin Oakenshield, and I see now why you mean he's the biggest goat you've ever seen.
Isn't he huge?
He's like twice the size of my buck. Taller and much more filled out.
But yeah, he's just a big boy. Like, his head, for reference. I mean, I'm not a short girl. And like, his head is like right here. He's huge. And like, they're not little girl goats, but they look like little baby childs.
Yeah, they do look little.
Look.
Oh my goodness, Jess.
This makes me so happy.
Okay, we're laughing because if you watch Roots and Refuge channel, you know that Jess loves any plant that's variegated, and she just found variegated clover.
Look, that is so cool.
That's crazy.
There we go. That's so cool. So, we saw my La Manchas down there the other day, and I'll take you down there and like introduce you to them by name. But
Was Bear allowed in?
yeah, he's fun.
These are your Nigerian dwarves?
So, yeah, these are my Nigerians.
They're tiny. Are you sure they're Nigerians? Wow, they are this. I've never seen them that little.
Well, she's young.
Well,
She's
even
less than
this
a year.
one.
But yeah, the mamas, they're little bitty.
Wow.
Which Nigerian dwarves from, like, actually Sarah from Living Traditions told me that Nigerian dwarves you can end up with, like, there are kind of two kinds. Like, they're still pure blood, but some tend to be a little larger and some are really, really small. And I think the ones they had were the really small ones, but that's what these are, obviously.
If you haven't been watching me long, you might not know that my first goats were Nigerian dwarves, but they were not this little, and I really loved them. And then I had, for a few years, I had heard of Nubian goats, which is mostly what Jess has. And then now I have Alpines. And I'm getting ready to sell my Alpines because I don't really like their milk, or my family doesn't really like the flavor of their milk, which is really interesting how different breeds of goats have different kind of types of milk. They have different things about them that you may enjoy or may not enjoy. And the thing with the Alpine milk is Nubians and Nigerians have very, very high butterfat content, so their milk is very creamy. Alpines is a little bit thinner, but then they produce more. Alpines typically will produce more milk. So, let me turn this way so you can see the goats. So that's actually why I'm selling my Alpines, because my family is used to the creaminess of Nubian milk and Jersey cow milk, and they won't drink the Alpine milk without a lot of cajoling. So I will be going back into Nubians off here.
Yeah. It used to have a roof on it, but it broke off.
I'm gonna see alpacas. Y'all, I've never seen alpacas in my life. Hold on, can you see it? Okay. They're so cute. Oh! What are you coughing about? Getting choked up? Is your food so good?
But,
hi, Tori.
they feel like carpet. They just don't like the top of their head touched.
Okay, good to know. Oh, you don't like me. What if I give you food?
Get down.
Like if you kind of dip your head down a little bit.
Hi, Tori.
Tori,
Oh, there you go. You want to get a kiss?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So you'll see kind of like big poop piles here and there. Alpacas poop communally, so they like make spots, which makes it super easy because it's cold manure that goes directly on the garden. So it's great fertilizer, and since it's all in one place. Turtleizer, that's what Ben calls it.
What that means by like cold manure is that it won't burn your plants. So most fertilizer that you're gonna get from your farm, your chickens, your cows, your goats, you've got to compost that down before you can stick it on your garden for various reasons, but also mainly because you don't want to burn your plants. But like rabbit poop, and I guess now I've learned today, alpaca poop, you can just put it right on there, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
You're not one. You're making a race all the way from two.
Do you want to go see the ugliest pigs
They're
ever?
ugly.
How they are.
They're not.
They have the best tasting fat from what I've heard,
Well,
but they are the ugliest.
They do look like possums. They look like curly possums.
These are called, you're staying in, girl. These are called mangalistas, and I am not tempted whatsoever to get one of these, this breed of pig. But the really fun thing about going to other people's farms is seeing
our pigs are not ugly.
the breeds of animals that they raise, and also the variety of food that they grow. So my friend the haulers have mangalistas, but I haven't been super up close to them, so this will be fun. Oh, and you just had babies, didn't you? Baby pigs. Okay, are you ready for this?
I don't have anything. Stop.
Pig, pig. Pig, pig, pig. I mean, you sound like a pig. You act like a pig, but you do not look like a pig. Oh my goodness. Hi. The mamas maybe unsightly, but the babies are still really cute. I would love to hear what Jess has to say about the breed of mangalistas and kind of where they're indigenous to and why mangalistas.
I actually am not 100% married to this pig breed. I think that they're really, really neat. My main thing is I have a fascination with things that are not common. And so like, that's why I love to grow heirloom things. I really like heritage breeds. I like the fact that these were almost extinct in the 90s. I think that it's really cool how high caliber their meat is, which like it's called the Kobe beef of pork, you know, like it's just really high quality meat. Of course, a lot of that's going to come into diet and how they're kept. But I think that's really cool. They take twice as long to grow out, which economically is not the best for a homestead, but they're fantastic foragers and really, really good moms, which is good for a homestead. So all around, I really like them. I think they're funny. They are really funny looking. I like their personalities. They're pretty chill. They're easy to keep.
I think too, it's like totally okay to keep an animal on your farm or homestead just because you like it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not the most practical
Yeah.
one. I know I had this conversation with my friend Rebecca Rhodes once, and I was telling her how I just want my animals to be beautiful. And she's like, who cares if they're beautiful if they get the job done?
See, I like
So
I like
everyone's a little bit different, you know? I mean, obviously they have to get the job done too.
Yeah.
But I like really beautiful animals. If you ever follow Farmstead Meatsmith on Instagram, and then he has a really awesome podcast. He raves about Mangalitsa fat. And yeah, if you want to learn all about pigs, harvesting pigs and butchering pigs, Farmstead Meatsmith is where you get that good information. And you'll also learn about all different breeds from him. Tastes like summer. What's a male alpaca called?
Technically, they're called machos. Like that's,
Macho!
people call them bucks.
You will never hear me call a male alpaca a buck. Always call it a macho. Always. His name's Manny. So she has a buck here. I mean, I just broke my rule. She has a macho. Show us what you got, Manny.
He's looking having face at me.
He is not interested.
I'm the king. I got up here.
King of the stump. I know it's really hard to tell where we're at in relationship to our farm, but basically this whole side is bucks and meat pigs and chickens and ducks and geese. And then you go through her garden, her backyard, behind her house. Way over there are all the girl goats and alpacas. So she has a few girl goats over here because she has them being bred right now. So everything's a little different. But when people aren't being bred, that's kind of what the situation is. And honestly, Jess has told me how much land they have before that they keep their animals on, but it is way bigger than I thought from videos and just the way things look.
Hey, Ezra.
Kind of feel like I'm entering the secret garden through the gate. But it's not so secret, obviously. But up until yesterday, I had never seen Jess's garden in person. And it's mostly done for the year. But there's still a lot of lovely things growing, like, let me show this to you. Malabar spinach. It's like a New Zealand spinach, and this is amazing. It grows in this beautiful vine. Let me show you where else she has it growing. We did a full garden walkthrough in Jess's video, so if you want to see that one, go to her channel, which of course I'll link below, but most of you know it. It's Roots and Refuge Farm. Bye, boys.
Bye.
Jess's okra is going to seed. I just want to show you this cool thing you can do with your okra that has stayed on the stalk. It just dries like this, and it just makes a little shaker. You could let your kids paint it. You could play around. You could use it like a Christmas ornament. You could do all sorts of little fun things. Jess was saying you could put it in a flower arrangement with, obviously, with the stalk or something on it, but little kids love stuff like this. So if you need something to do with your okra, go let your kids pick them and make shakers to give to their friends. me just find a beautiful one. What is this called again?
Butterfly peas.
Blue butterfly peas.
And I've grown them on the same spot for the last few years. And they always take really long time getting developed, and so I actually will sometimes grow other things here in the spring and just go ahead and plant the seeds because they take a long time to come up. But then at fall, like right before the frost, it's always like just completely covered and still blooming. And at this point, like the seeds are starting to dry out in the pods. So I just save a bunch of seeds every year and put them back in seeds.
Jess was saying she grows this because it's beautiful, but then also because blue flowers are one of the rarest occurring flowers in nature. And that although you don't really eat the pods, like you don't eat it like a green bean or like the pea part, you don't eat that. But you can eat the flowers, but then you can also use the flowers for tea, but more excitingly, you can use it for a natural blue dye.
Yep.
Tastes like a flower.
Yeah, they're not delicious by any means.
It doesn't taste bad. I could eat it. I was telling all the people in there that it's kind of hard to like envision your place because like on videos, you know, you're over here and then you're over here, but you think it's all the same spot.
Yeah.
So it's kind of giving them a perspective on like how things are laid out. And I actually think, how many acres are y'all working with?
7 including next door, but 4. Okay. Ours is just 4.
Yeah. They've done a really good job. So what they've done is they've actually like partitioned off all of these kind of paddocks. And they, you know, each animal kind of has their paddock, and then they also have a few paddocks that they rotate between for various purposes. And their house kind of sits in the front middle of that. And then their gardens are beside and behind their house. So it's almost like that permaculture concept of like zone 1, zone 2, right?
Yeah.
And that,
what if it is, it's on accident because we knew nothing when we started.
Yeah.
It was truly like we had no concept whatsoever of like adding to the land with what we were doing, and I think you can kind of see the result of that. And now we're kind of trying to make up for that and do the best that we can in rotating and adding back, and that's really our goal because we're not staying here forever, but like our plan is for as long as we're here to try to improve it as much as possible, and that's where you're seeing all those partitions come in.
yeah. I feel like you guys have done a really incredible job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I love the partitions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love that. I love all the fencing and the gates, and yeah.
Yum. I like it.
I hope to have gates one day. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tour of Jess from Roots and Refuge Farm. And remember, if you want to see a total tour of her garden, go check out her channel with the video of her giving me the grand tour of her beautiful end of season garden.